Elon Musk was at Trump's side today. Elon took questions from the Oval Office with his son. He brought his son, R2 Musk, who is...
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The public voted, we have a majority of the public voting for President Trump.
Kids, he's being a kid, and he starts picking his nose.
Between now and next year, there is no inflation. There's no inflation in this day. But the government is not borrowing as much.
Ever wonder what happens when a kid roasts the former president? Well, buckle up, folks, because Elon Musk's son just served Trump a plate of cold, hard truth with a side of boogers. Yep, you heard that right. While the Orange Menace was sulking in the Oval Office, this pint-sized powerhouse decided it was time for some political potty training. And let me tell you, it's a sight that'll make you spit out your kafef. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. So picture this. Trump's sitting in the Oval Office looking like a deflated orange balloon animal. In walks Elon Musk with his kid, who's barely tall enough to see over the desk. Now, you'd think the little tyke would be intimidated by the great and powerful Donald, but nope. This mini Musk is about to serve up a roast hotter than Mar-a-Lago in July.
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The public voted, we have a majority of the public voting for President Trump.
Your detractors, Mr. Musk,
what?
including a lot of Democrats.
I have detractors?
You do, sir.
I don't believe it.
Say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way.
We've won the House, we won the Senate. The people voted for major government reform. And a lot of times, people that don't get what they voted for.
Suddenly the kid opens his mouth and out comes a zinger that makes Trump's face go from orange to red faster than you can say "Kafefi." Everyone in the room is trying not to laugh, but it's like holding in a sneeze during a funeral. Impossible and probably painful. Now, this isn't the first time a kid's made Trump look silly. Remember when that little girl told him she thought he was a disgrace to the world? Ouch. Kids these days, huh? They're like tiny truth bombs waiting to explode all over your expensive suit. The tension in the room is thicker than Trump's hairspray as everyone waits to see how the stable genius will react. Will he try to fire a child, threaten to build a wall around preschools, or maybe he'll just tweet about it later, claiming the kid actually said he was the best president ever, believe me. Turns out even the self-proclaimed master of the best words can't outsmart a preschooler.
Elon Musk was at Trump's side today. Elon took questions from the Oval Office with his son. He brought his son, R2 Musk, who is... Kids, he's being a kid, and he starts picking his nose.
Between now and next year, there is no inflation. There's no inflation in this day. But the government is not borrowing as much.
4 years old, and as you can see, Trump was super excited to have the kid there.
What is the goal of Doge, and I think a significant part of the presidency is to restore democracy.
Trump's standing there, mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water, probably wishing he could trade places with the portraits on the wall. It's like watching a chess match between a grandmaster and a pigeon, except the pigeon's winning. But wait, there's more. The kid's just getting started. He's on a roll, serving up more burns than a tanning bed malfunction. It's like watching a real-life version of Kids Say the Darndest Things, except instead of cute observations about life, it's a scathing critique of foreign policy and questionable hair choices. This whole incident has got people talking about how brutally honest kids can be. It's like they're saying out loud what we're all thinking but are too polite or scared to say. Maybe we should let kids run the country. At least they're honest about wanting nap time and snacks.
Mr. Musk, the White House says that you will identify and excuse yourself from any conflicts of interest that you may have. Does that mean that you are in effect policing yourself? What are the checks and balances that are in place to ensure that there is accountability and transparency?
So all of our actions are maximally transparent. In fact, I don't think there's been I don't know of a case where an organization has been more transparent than the Doge organization. Well, we actually are trying to be as transparent as possible. In fact, we post our actions to the Doge handle on X and to the Doge website.
Well, folks, just when we thought the Oval Office couldn't get any messier, Minnie Musk decided to leave his mark on history. And by mark, I mean boogers. Lots and lots of boogers. Picture this. Trump's sitting there trying to look all presidential behind the fancy Resolute desk. You know, that big old piece of furniture that's seen more drama than a soap opera. But our little hero had other plans. While Donnie Diapers was probably daydreaming about his next tweet storm, Elon's kid saw a blank canvas just begging for some toddler art. Now, we've all heard of finger painting, but this kid took it to a whole new level. Nose mining level, if you catch my drift. The Resolute desk, which has weathered wars and presidential tantrums, was about to face its greatest challenge yet. A 3-year-old with a runny nose and a dream. As the kid started his, masterpiece, you could almost see the gears turning in Trump's head.
Trump also answered questions about Canada. You know, this thing with Canada, it kind of seemed like it was a joke, the idea of making Canada a state, but it's getting weirder and he's continuing to dig in on this. Any other Canadian stereotypes you want to mention? I love their syrup, I love their mousse, I love the Zambonis.
I love Canada. I have so many friends in Canada, you can't count them. Wayne Gretzky, I love Wayne Gretzky. I love so many people. I love their tradition. I love their ice hockey.
Is this covered by my germophobia insurance? Spoiler alert, it's not. Our grumpy Trumpy was stuck in his chair like a toddler in a high seat, watching in horror as his precious desk got a snotty makeover. But wait, it gets better. The Secret Service, those tough guys in suits who've seen it all, didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I mean, what's the protocol here? Sir, step away from the boogers. They don't teach you that in training. And the kid just kept going. It was like watching Bob Ross paint happy little trees, except instead of trees, it was... well, you get the picture. Trump's face was turning a shade of red that would make his spray tan jealous. You could almost hear him thinking, where's that big beautiful wall when you need it? Meanwhile, Elon's trying to clean up the mess, probably wishing he'd invested in some industrial strength hand sanitizer instead of Twitter. And Trump, he looked like he was ready to build a wall around all kids, maybe even deport them to the moon. Hey, at least it would give Space Force something to do, right? In the end, it took a pint-sized truth teller to say what we've all been thinking about our grumpy Trumpy. Who knew that the key to political honesty was hiding in the sandbox all along? Maybe we should let preschoolers run the country. They're brutally honest and at least know how to share their toys. Plus, they'd probably do a better job of keeping their tiny hands off the nuclear code. Next time you think you're having a bad day, just remember, at least you didn't get roasted by a toddler on national TV while sitting at the big boy desk in the Oval Office. Donnie Diapers might need some extra snuggle time with his favorite Fox News blankie after this epic burn. And hey, if we start letting kids have a say in politics, maybe we'll finally get some sensible policies, like mandatory nap time for cranky world leaders and replacing all military tanks with bouncy castles. Now that's a platform we can all get behind.